All right, guys, we are here to show you how to play the full court version of basketball chess. So it's been a long time since I posted, but getting back to doing some more stuff more often. And so hopefully you guys would support and buy the game. And if you get two games, you can play the full court version of basketball chess. And after this video, I also share a promo code you can get to get some discounts off of these board games as well. And so thank you guys once again for watching. So to play basketball chess, like I said, you need two boards, obviously. And all you can do is you set up by placing the 12-sided die in the middle of the court, kind of like the jump ball situation. And then the black team and the white team can put their players anywhere on the court they want to. So this is just a typical setup for a regular jump ball, but you can place all your guys on one side of the court or all the guys on your side. Doesn't really matter. It's up to you and what you and opponent want to do. So yep, that's how that works. So what's going to happen is these players, the black team and the white team, are each going to roll their respective 12-sided die, and whoever gets the higher number gets the ball first. So we have a 12 right here, so that means white gets the ball first. So the white team can place the ball with any one of these four players right here. So we're going to get the ball to the point guard right here. So for player movement, what you can do, it's just like the original. You can pass, you can shoot, or you can dribble the ball and move any one of your players. The difference with the full court version is that each of your players gets to move per turn. So with this one, white on offense can move 5 spaces with each player per turn, and black can move 4 spaces on defense for each turn. So for example, this is what's going to happen. So the center moves 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The shooting guard moves 5. Small forward moves 5. The point guard moves 5. And the power forward moves 5. So now the slider goes down to 9. And then the defense goes and they get to move as well. They get to move 4 spaces. So if they don't want to move 4 spaces, they don't have to, but they can. So for example, the 4 would move right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is bad defense, but we're just going to simulate it just for fun's sake or whatever. So white can continue moving down with 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the defense, let's say they just don't know what to do. They're just going to try and double team or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say that white's trying to pass to the center for easy layup. So what they do, they roll just like they normally do, the defense would. And if you're successful, then you get a steal. If not, then you get an open pass or whatever. So for this case, it's successful. And then white gets to go again and easily makes the layup. So what happens is instead of getting rid of all your players off the board and starting all over again like in the original version, you have 5 turns to get one of your players down here to take the ball out of bounds or whatever. So for example, you come here with this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and he has the ball and he's right here already out of bounds. And then these guys move down the court 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move these guys out the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the bolt guy. And so now the defense has the option to either set up a press, and let's say this guy is going to try to guard him 1, 2, 3, and he could go 4, but he's going to stop at 3. This center is going to try to get back down the court 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he can move back 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. And so now the shooting guard can either pass the ball in and bounce or whatever. And so let's say they try to pass to the point guard or whatever. So the same thing, the white will now be rolling to get the steal. Oop. And let's say from here. And if you get the higher number, you can get a steal. So steals work where the ball is going towards the closest person, then that defender who is closest to the area would be able to get that steal right there. So the guy gets the steal right here. He gets to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to come in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to try to shoot it without moving any other players. You don't have to move your players if you don't want to. It's up to you. And then he got an 8. And let's say that is enough to score. And so you do it again, take the ball out of bounds. 1, 2, 3, and pass the ball in once again to your players and all that. So that's pretty much the basic version or whatever. So you can kind of get a lot of fast break points. You can get your setups, your offense, and run them just like a normal basketball game. It's up to you for how you want to do that. So for other examples, like if let's say you're passing the ball to the small forward and the defense rolls a 12 or something like that, and there's no one close to contesting this ball here, then the ball will go out of bounds for whatever is the closest out of bounds place. So right here would be the out of bounds place right here. And so you would be able to reset your players and put them anywhere you want to for running your out of bounds play. Kind of like you would in like a timeout situation or end of a quarter or at the end of I don't know, loose ball going out of bounds and stuff like that. So keeping the gameplay somewhat realistic as well. So you can really make it like a full out simulation game or whatever. So yeah, so that's pretty much the game right here. There are other variations you can do to add to this to make it even more crazy. You can see it on my website. If you scroll down to Basketball Chess and go to the very bottom, there's a section called More Ways to Play. You can click on that. It has the full rules over here. You've got the other power-ups and other things you can play with, like crossover, ankle breakers, everything like that. So please check it out. And yep, have a good one. And yeah, here's some other variations too that I like to play with when playing the full court version. One of them is when you're passing across from one side of the court to the other side, that any pass that's past half court is 2 numbers more difficult for the offense to get a successful pass. So, for example, the point guard has the ball right here. He's trying to pass to the center right there. So, normally, when contested by one person in the normal stats, the defense needs to roll a 10 or higher to get a steal. But instead, because it's passing across the court, the defense only needs to roll an 8 or higher to get a steal. And I think that's a little bit better to make it a little more difficult for you to break the press instead of having to roll higher numbers when it's kind of a hard pass to make for a normal person with defender in general. So yeah, that's one of my favorite variations to play with as well. You can also make the variation that you can't score until all of your players are across the half court line to avoid cherry picking. It depends on how you want to do it. I'm not necessarily a fan of it, but if you want to do that to make sure people aren't being like Chino Hills and all that, then you can do that. But in my opinion, it's part of the game, and it's what it is. So yeah, those are the two big variation or add-ons that I recommend, along with other things like the rebounding variation, steals, crossover dribbles, blocks, all those other fun stuff. So yeah, once again, I said that I do have a promo code. So if you wanted to buy 2 board games, you can get $15 off if you put in full court in the cart area when you're checking out or whatever, or my website only. You can go to basketballchess.store and yeah, so get $15 off, which is a pretty big deal. So yeah, I recommend you guys go and checking it out and supporting, and let me know your thoughts. If you want to add any comments, let me know. But yeah, you guys have a good one.